Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study the next part of the chapter, the Happy Prince. The previous class I had in the last part of the in the Kingdom of Fools have been missing, so that's why I had uploaded the video of the fifth part of the video in the last class on Saturday. And now first and second portion of the part of the this Happy Prince chapter we had completed. Now we are going to continue with the next part, and it is showing that many of the students are not keenly observing the classes. Only one student had given me a comment that the last part of the chapter you have not received. Okay, so people, those who are attending the class regularly, you will be able to understand that see that the last portion is missing. One chapter I had already taken the class, but it was missing by chance. I don't know how it got deleted, and this class I thought I had already uploaded it, and that is why I forgot about it, and I was continuing. And after two parts of the remaining next chapter started, and after that only one student had just informed me about this one. So if you find some kind of problems, you can message me or contact me. There is no any issue in that. So you have to I need to get your feedbacks also. If you are unable to understand any portion in the chapter, or any such kind of issues are there, or any things are, and some are simply messaging me that I did not understand this one, that one, such a kind of issues are there, then I may not be able to help you. You need to try. And if just one person is saying that this one is not understood, so you have to reply, then again I cannot take the class. If many people are saying the same kind of comments, or if anybody is telling that, see, if any genuine comments are there, then I will be taking up about that also. Okay, so you need to go through the classes properly, and after that you may respond. Okay, so give response to me, then based on that I can make changes. So I am taking the class and continuing, and expecting that you are able to understand my classes, so that is why I continue like that. So okay, if you find that any kind of issues or any kind of problems in that, then you may inform me. Okay, now we will continue with the chapter. So we have studied about the Happy Prince. The beginning part of that we have studied, and the Happy Prince was a statue, and he was there, and there was a swallow which was coming on the way to Egypt. It was moving towards the Egypt, and on the way it found that there was a statue, and it was waiting there, and the Happy Prince was crying, and he asked for the reason, and he found that there are so many problems in that. So the first problem that he faced was that there was a lady, and he was making a dress for his mistress, and the son of the lady who was making this one was suffering from fever, and he had nothing to give to this child. So she was so much worried, and she was tired, and she was sleeping. At that time the ruby was taken. So the prince had asked the swallow to take out the ruby from his sword and give it to that lady, so that she will be able to sell it and purchase some things for the son, and takes proper medicines and so on, and take care of the child, and they will be able to have something for their future also. Okay, and he came back, and he was not willing to do that, but when he did it, then he felt very much happy, and he was enjoying the daytime like that, and toward it was almost getting the evening. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I am just starting. So shall I say any message to? Is there any message that I have to give it in Egypt? And I am about to start, or I am going to start from here. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you stay with me one night longer? Again he started asking. So first he already asked a request, and now he is again asking another request, that swallow, swallow, little swallow, can you just stay for one more day, one more night? Okay, I am waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. Then he said that I am see, people there, my friends have already gone to Egypt, and they are waiting there, so I don't have much time to spend here, and I have to go. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Far away, across the city, I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as the pomegranate, and he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he is too cold to write anymore. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger has made him faint. So when he looked at a faraway place, so he is telling about another story of another person, and there was a person who was a playwright, a story writer, okay, a person who is writing stories for the dramas. So earlier there was a now we are having movies. So in the same way they were used to play these plays or dramas. You might have studied or heard about the Shakespeare's dramas and so on. So there was a person, and he was a playwright, and he was trying to write, but he was first of all he was having so much amount of hunger, and the room was very much cold. It was very cold climate, and he was not having any fire to burn. So in the cold countries, people they keep inside their house itself. There will be a particular place for burning the firewood, and they will be it is the old method. Now there are room heaters and all are there. So earlier times they will be, so a particular chimney like a place was arranged for the purpose of burning the fire there, and the smoke will be going. So for that and all special arrangements and all are made. So such a way this will be there, so that people will be burning the things, and they can sit nearby that, and the room will be when the fire is there inside, then the entire room will be just getting heated. So then people will be ready to work. Otherwise it is very cold, and people may not be able to work there. So but this person was not having fire, and he was not having money to purchase fire, and that's why he was unable to complete his play. And the director of the play is waiting for the story, and he is not able to complete his writing. Okay, I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked if he should take another ruby from the young playwright. Then he said that say what I have to do. So he said that the swallow was ready to stay one more night for the prince, and he asked, what should I do? Shall I take another ruby? Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of a rare sapphires. Okay, so then he said that I don't have any rubies now. My ruby which was there, only one ruby was there, that was already taken and given. Now I don't have any ruby. The only thing that I am having is my eyes. Okay, and that is made up of sapphires. So sapphires which were brought out of India 1,000 years ago. He ordered the swallow to pluck out one of them and take it to the playwright. So he said that you remove one eye from me, and the eye is made up of a sapphire, and that is also brought from India many years before. So this was there, and it was a very precious stone and a very costly one. So it has to be one can be removed from this one, from the eyes. So his eyes are made up of this sapphire, and one can be removed and hand it over to that person. He will sell it to the jewelers and buy firewood and finish his play, he said. So you just give it to him, and he will be able to sell it to any jewelers and get the firewood or other type of things, and he will be able to continue his playwriting, and he will be able to finish it. Dear prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that. And he began to weep. So when he heard this one, then the swallow was very much painful. So he said that I cannot do that, and he started to cry. Okay, so he was crying. He felt very painful about the sentence, because it is not possible that somebody's eyes you have to remove and give to somebody. So even it is statue, but they are presenting it in the way that they are real people. Okay, so you know that it is a statue and it cannot see anything and it cannot speak. So this is an imaginary story, and the swallow is also considering this one. So you know that this is almost it is a story. So they are considering as a real human. So then they said that it is not possible. I cannot remove your eyes. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. So he said that you just do as I command you. So he is a prince and he has the power to give commands. So once if a prince or the king is making a command, nobody can disobey that. So whatever may be the situation. So if a command is made by the prince, so then people have to follow it. Or if a king is giving a command, then people have to imagine that, like in our country, if the prime minister is making a rule and giving a command, we just have to follow it, whether we are interested or not interested, or people are ready to accept it or not ready to accept, but we have to follow it. So such a way the prince had given a command to follow it, do it. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eyes and flew away to the young man's garret. It was easy enough to get in, as there was a hole in the roof. Through this he darted and came into the room. The young man had his head buried in his hands, so he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wings. And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. Okay, so when the prince had given the command, then the swallow has no other way than to follow. So he took out the eyes of the sapphire, which was the eyes of the prince, and it was he flew and went to the place where this man was there, and he was already sleeping. So he was very much tired and sleeping. So when the bird came inside, and for bird it was very much easy because the roof was broken and he could go into that, and he went near to the person and he kept it there. And when he saw this, after some time when he got up, then when he saw this one, then he felt very much happy that his plays are rewarded. So this is the people, those who are admiring, okay, those who are very much happy about the drama, somebody had gifted this one. So such a way he felt, and he said that with this one I will be able to complete my writing. Okay, so that's enough for today. The remaining portion we study in the next class. Thank you so much.